Most people imagine a simple path for love. You meet, fall for each other, marry, build a life, and grow old side by side. That's the story I thought Robert and I were writing together. After nearly 12 years of marriage, I believed we had it all figured out until one evening when he shared something that changed the way I saw both him and us. It wasn't just the wish itself that shook me, but the fact that I actually considered saying yes. Robert and I first crossed paths in college. He was studying engineering, and I was working toward a psychology degree. Our first conversation happened in the library, surrounded by open textbooks and looming deadlines. He had a calm energy about him, the kind of person who listened deeply while I was more talkative and curious. Somehow that balance worked and we never stopped talking. After graduation, we had a small wedding in Virginia, surrounded by friends and family. Life rolled forward in all the picture-perfect ways. Robert landed a stable job at an engineering firm and I became a counselor. We bought a cozy house, adopted a golden retriever named Max, and eventually welcomed 2 children into the world, Emily and Jacob, to outsiders. We looked like the model family, the couple everyone described as strong and steady. But the truth is, even the strongest marriages carry cracks. They don't always show, but they're felt. For us, it started quietly. Robert's long work hours left him drained, and I was constantly juggling work, kids, and the never-ending responsibilities at home. Our conversations shifted from dreams and laughter to bills, school schedules, and logistics. Still, the love between us was real. We always tried to hold space for each other, even when life felt overwhelming. Then came our 12th anniversary. We had dinner at a quiet restaurant, the kind of place where the soft candlelight pulls you closer. That's when Robert reached for my hand, looked at me with a seriousness I hadn't seen in years, and told me there was something he had been holding back. My heart raced. I braced myself for bad news, an illness, a job loss, something about us. Instead, he confessed a wish he had carried for years. He said he wanted to explore beyond the boundaries of our marriage, not because he didn't love me, but because he feared keeping it a secret would eventually pull us apart. His words stunned me. I felt hurt, confused, even betrayed that he longed for something outside of what we had. But the counselor in me also understood sometimes unspoken desires grow heavier the longer they're hidden. That night, I couldn't give him an answer. I told him I needed time, and he respected that. Over the following weeks, I journeyed, spoke with my sister, and paid attention to the way Robert treated me. He wasn't distant or pushing. In fact, he became more thoughtful, sending me messages, helping with the kids, and reminding me daily that I was his heart. One evening, as I watched him reading to Jacob with that same steady warmth I'd fallen for in college, I realized something his wish wasn't about losing us. It was about wanting complete honesty, about sharing every part of himself with me, even the uncomfortable parts. And so after weeks of soul-searching, I whispered my answer one night. In the quiet of our bedroom, yes, not because I wanted to risk our love, but because I trusted him, and maybe deep down I had my own wishes too. That yes wasn't the end. It was the beginning of a new chapter. We set clear boundaries, rules built on honesty and respect. We checked in often, making sure neither of us felt left behind. It wasn't easy. There were moments of doubt, nights I cried, mornings filled with reassurance. But slowly, something unexpected happened. I realized I wanted more, to not just romantically, but in life. Adventure, spontaneity, rediscovering passions I had set aside for responsibilities. Together, Robert and I started saying yes to new experience, road trips, late-night conversations, even dance classes. What started as his wish became our transformation. We didn't turn into a perfect couple. We argued, stumbled, and sometimes faced judgment from others. But our love grew stronger because it was rooted in truth, not in appearances. Looking back now, I see that saying yes wasn't he about stepping away from love. It was about stepping deeper into it, choosing growth instead of fear, choosing honesty instead of silence. Robert and I are still together, still raising our children, still walking side by side. And sometimes late at night, I remember that anniversary dinner, the flicker of the candlelight, the trembling in his voice, the courage it took to share his wish. And I'm grateful for the courage it took to say yes. Because sometimes the bravest act of love is walking into the unknown together.